Hello everybody, this is Miles Luigi and welcoming you to the Pre-Hooktail Commentary Edition. This is Miles Luigi.
And this is Dave or Pop Tart.
Alright, so we have made it through half of the Pit of Wonder Trials and picked up the Strange Sack. I guess the normal rules, I don't know who came up with this rule. It says once you get Strange Sack, you're not allowed to leave the Pit of Wonder Trials. You must continue going through it. And I personally think you could be in an incredible position item-wise if you were to leave and then come back with even more items. But
then you gotta work all over again, and then this took you like maybe about 2 hours to get down here. So why in God's earth would you leave if you weren't prepared to come down here in the first place? Waste of time. Fail. And you had another mover right there, by the way.
I figured I might as well talk about the movers before I start talking about better strategies on this floor. Mover obviously could help you get down further and faster. Make sure you don't use them to skip a floor unless you're absolutely certain that you don't need the badge on that floor. And given the nature of the pre-hooktail run, you basically don't want to be avoiding any of the badges. But anyway, yes, you can pay him and he can move down and he can help you tremendously. In my case, I simply chose not to use the movers like last time I went through the Pit of Wonder Trials. But honestly, honest to God, if you're a normal player and you're doing this normally, I would use the movers if I was doing this normally, so.
I always use the movers. I could care less.
You could care less whether you're doing this normally or via challenge run, huh?
Yeah, mover. Sorry, just a lazy me talking. Yeah, I'm just lazy.
I'll take your word for it. So, anyway, now we can start getting into a little bit of battle strategies. Floors 50, we're starting to phase into the points of the Pre-Hooktail Pit of Wonder Trials where making mistakes will cause death. One bad slip up and I'm dead. We are nearing that point, although I wouldn't necessarily consider floors 50 to 60 quite at the one mistake you're dead yet point. We're almost there. But we run into a Moonclef who has 5 defense. Power Smash does 4 attack. There is literally only Piercing Blow and Mega Rush partners who can attack him.
Ooh, Volt Shroom.
And a Volt Shroom. Other than that, it would be Super Guarding Fu the enemy to death, and after Super Guarding Fu Spiked Parabuzzy to death, I'm not interested in just Super Guarding Fu any more enemies to death.
No more Super Guard. Boring!
I think I ultimately choose to put on Simplifier here. I know I might get a little bit of flack for putting it on, but I am under the firm belief that Simplifier makes guarding and super guarding easier, so that was my justification for it.
And it does to some... yeah, it does. So just, they can... Bah! There you go.
Bah.
Just bah! That's all I say to that is bah! Like the ghost right there. See, he just went blah.
And as much as I don't like commenting about technical issues, this is a Dolphin emulator issue, not a Miles Luigi doesn't know how to capture screen issue.
Well, at least we get to see the anatomy of the dark boo. You notice the small little beady eyes, close to the center of the skull. You notice the very slashed and jagged eyebrows. You notice the very 4 pointy teeth coming out of his mouth, 2 on the bottom, 2 on top. You notice the very long blue-purple tongue, and it looks like he just had an aneurysm.
Do you have anything else?
I hate fog.
Oh, yeah. Ah, fog, my everlasting nemesis. Sometimes fog can help, but of course, you never really want fog, so.
That was pretty good. He did look like he had an aneurysm. He was like, "Erk!"
Yeah, fog means I did indeed get to the B rank stage. Part of my other justification for Simplifier is that with a stage that big, I'm now filling the star gauge sufficiently where I can justify the payoff for Simplifier for what I believe is easier guards than super guards.
It's only 1 friggin' star!
Exactly, you have 1 star unit. You're not filling it up any further.
Oh, here's where Bobbery would come in handy. Go, Bobbery! I mean... Oh, wait, I don't have Bobbery. Uh-oh.
Alright, it's the red chomp. And on the bright side, it's really easy to bait this guy into Koops, just like this.
Nom 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 nom.
I get a really crappy audience.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
On the bright side, it was a good thing I got this really crappy audience on a battle where it didn't matter too much because I didn't need any star point regeneration here.
Nice super guard.
Quick note for everyone, while I don't really consider yourself absolutely positively 100% needing, you know, super guards all the time, super guarding a chomp, which is something that is relatively easy to do, is actually, I would consider, a necessity.
I would agree. You see me doing it all the time. Versus chomps, anyway.
Without me going about it in a roundabout way, if there's a super guard you do absolutely have to learn, it is indeed the Chain Chomp super guard, because we'll be running into even more deadly and powerful Chain Chomps, which we have to kill really slowly because they're high defense, and being able to super guard their attack means you'll be avoiding tons and tons and tons of pain.
Dun 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 dun!
Not to mention that your super guard does 1 damage and your piercing blow does 2 damage.
Ooh, stopwatch. Better be careful now.
I was a little concerned at this point. I'm like, oh fudge, stopwatch. This is one of those situations where preparing and having the item made a difference. Although this could have hurt me a lot. The audience member threw a heart at me, and if that would have hit Koops, I would have been SOL. I would have been killed by a puny. Who would have thought?
Goddamn puny, stop giving me your love.
Now that the guy with the stopwatch is out of the way, we can now safely proceed onwards. Although I do get a level up. Which means I now have to go through the process of getting Koops to the brink of life and death again.
Easy. Piece of cake. At this point, anyway.
Yeah, we're now also at the point where it is in my interest to almost exclusively level up HP.
At this point, yeah, I would say that as well, because you're going to be taking more damage. Ooh, and speaking of stopwatch, he dropped it.
Woohoo! I thought to myself, well, this could be useful later on. Thank you.
Gonna have to put Koops out front, get him some damage. Ooh, Shy Guy, perfect.
It's time to meet the Badge Bandit. Thanks to the mover, I didn't actually see any Badge Bandits right away, but now we meet the Badge Bandit. I do not want him stealing anything, which kind of conflicts with my other goal of having Koops take a ton of damage, so I decided to start off with the battle with Mario up front.
And my apologies, I just said Shy Guy when it is actually a Badge Bandit. I have Shy Guy on the brain, considering that's my current wallpaper.
Well,
He's got a minigun. He loves miniguns.
Because Mario has Zap Tap, the Badge Bandits aren't able to steal anything, and if they do steal anything, that could be in a really bad situation. Especially, you know, where I am currently. So,
they will steal your soul.
That Volt Shroom I picked up, woohoo, will make a difference. Because now they can't steal anything off of Koops either. And now I can do what I want to do in the first place, have Koops take a couple of hits to get back down to the brink of life or death again.
Except if you get a Mushroom Bingo. Ooh.
Koops was at full health anyway, so it didn't make a difference. So I wonder how much HP that Badge Bandit in the back has.
Enough. Ask the impossible.
So I did use Sweet Treat, but you may notice here that I try my best to not heal Koops very much. And it actually worked out perfectly. I only hit 1 heart. Resulting in this. That is beautiful. That's like exactly what I wanted to have happen.
Sure you did. Wink wink. And you're gonna get extra coins anyway.
Useful if I run into Charlieton again. And there's the 1 coin back. And a dried shroom. Woohoo! See, the normal Paper Mario player would be like, oh my gosh, it's a dried shroom, this thing is so pathetically useless. But to me, it's not.
We need the hot sauce. Where's the hot sauce? Oh, wait.
Oh, Ice Puffs. You mentioned earlier that the Ice Puffs are a bigger threat than the Frost Piranhas, which I'm just going to have to adamantly disagree with you on that one.
I've had more trouble with the Ice Puffs than the Frost Piranhas every time I've come down here. The Frost Piranhas have not been giving me any trouble. Maybe I'm just extremely lucky, or I just kill them right away without even noticing. With the Ice Puffs, that Ice Wind is retarded. Just, I can't guard it worth a damn, and I know it comes, and I always get frozen, and I always get screwed. That is just a no. No, Ghost Rider, no.
Understood. Just given the conditions the player is at this point in the game, I will say the Frost Piranha is a bigger threat, but once again, that's relative perception. You can definitely see the Ice Puff as somebody who could instant game over you.
At this point, yes, both would be very dangerous, but the Piranha would probably be worse. But even when you do come down here, when you face them, they're just, they're annoying sometimes, especially when you get into like a run of 2 or 3 of them. Then when you get a line of them, then you're really kind of boned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had a line of them before, and I guess that's where my hatred comes from. I've had a line of 4 of them. It's just horrible.
On the bright side, Dark Boos aren't anything outstanding or spectacular, other than making themselves invincible. They're honestly a preferable enemy to fight.
Why did that one have a Fright Jar? What the hell was he going to use that for?
He actually had a Power Punch, but
Oh, I can tell.
that was not an easy super guard. And neither was that.
Just tripping out, man. We got another good close-up of the anatomy of the Dark Boo. Notice the purpley tinge behind his eyes.
I'd stick my tongue out at you. What, you spun around and I got damage?
There's something wrong with that statement. I'm sticking my tongue out at you. Considering there's boos in the audience.
The boos I would call civilized boos, and, you know, boos who can enjoy a good fight from Mario, not the boos who are hanging around in this godforsaken pit.
I wonder what boos eat.
Do the dead need to eat?
Well, zombies need to eat, but as far as ghosts, they eat souls.
Touché.
Nice. That one you missed.
Not quite perfect, but close enough.
Good enough for what you need it for.
With that power shell out of the way, these guys have very little HP left. Just a quick note for everyone who attempts this. Fire Drive is a no-no against Chain Chomps because they won't take any damage. And also, Sleepy Stomp is a no-no against Chain Chomps because it won't work ever. So don't think you're going to be able to bail out that way. Once again, the biggest thing going for you is the fact that it is relatively easy to super guard their attacks.
Yeah, you might as well just super guard them and not waste your time with anything else.
And even then, they're also successful being punched in the head by a good old electrified Mario.
Falcon Punch!
It's a good thing my brain kicked in there and went, don't pick up any of these hearts with Koops out, because I believe I was just about to, and I just had to tell myself, stop! Stop.
Put the controller down!
Don't do it.
Oh, I was waiting for a mover.
Double dip! Well, I will see you on the next set of floors. This has been Miles Luigi.
And this has been Evil Pop-Tart.
See you next time.